that helps to relieve the anxiety that we sometimes build up with all the external forces that are coming at us. I mean, even if we don't have the news feeds on our phone or whatever, it's all coming at us all the time.
All right. Hello, everybody. Hi, Liz.
Hi, Lee.
Happy day. Here we are. Change of scenery.
Yep. How do you like it? Remember this place? Some of you guys hadn't been here in a while.
At the studio today.
Yeah.
Liz is looking pretty because she was on a different podcast today, Across the Pond. So you let us know when that comes out. We'll talk all about it. But it's not yet, so we'll just keep it a surprise. And then I've been here all day long and tried to put, again, lipstick on the pig too.
Oh, give me a break. You look fantastic.
Oh my God.
You
Here
look
we are. I know it's fun
fantastic.
to be in the studio like the good old days.
Yeah. No, I think it's great. I think the vibe is good in here. We are a little exhausted though, because we've had a business, a call, and you know, it's just been one thing after another.
That's good.
It's been a good thing. And all those good things lined up equal happy. I don't know.
Very good, very good. So what's on the agenda today? What's on your mind?
Well, I had an article come out that says I look better at 30, at 70 than I did at 30, and that's highly embarrassing. No, it's highly embarrassing. You know, it was for our Hello magazine.
Is that really embarrassing?
Yeah, it's embarrassing. The title of it is Liz Hilliard looks better at 70 than she did at 30. Anyway, it's you can read it. It's in Hello magazine in the UK.
Slide it in there.
I mean,
you should.
I just want you to know I didn't write that title. I did not write that title, but yeah.
Clickbait. People will read it. That's a
yeah,
good thing.
that's probably true.
What did you talk about in it?
I talked about Hilliard's studio method and the importance of strength training.
Like, I don't know. It all blends together.
Yeah. I mean, it's sort of like I get the same questions a lot, and I think they're all really they're all important questions, every single one of them. And lately, it seems like everything is trending toward menopause, which is yay.
Yeah,
that's women's health, which is right up our alley. And so this article in Hello Magazine was about being older and what do women over 50 need to do. And the very first thing they need to do, well, besides come to Hilliard Studio Method, is strength training. And that's what we do here.
Yeah.
We do it here with a combination of Pilates, bar, and heavier resistance than you would get in another bar type situation, or that you would get in any other type of situation that might be resistant. So I was given the importance of that, and they were really impressed.
Good.
And I'm impressed that we're doing it, and everybody that comes in here is working hard no matter what age. I don't care if you're 14 or 84. But yeah, they're getting back to it. There's a trend going on with menopause. So we've got Dr. Liz Moran coming on the 26th. That will be next week.
Yeah,
right?
of March. When this comes out, it'll be the following week.
It'll be the following Tuesday, I believe, at 1:00. It's free at the studio. And she will be talking about, she literally has titled her talk Menopause 101. And she's full of information. And then I'll share my own personal story, but she's going to give you the yes, no's, maybes, you know?
Excellent.
Which is really, all we want is to be heard and hear some answers now and then, right?
Truly.
So
yeah, that's good. That's good that it's trending. You know, menopause is not trending. It's been around.
Actually, it is, because the boomers are just menopausing the hell out of life.
Yeah, well, the discussion about
Xers.
it, it's great that it is trending in that way because, you know, people feel like they can talk about it now and go to places and people and feel heard. So good for you. Yay.
Well, and also I think just women's health is important. And I hate to say women's health is trending, because it should always be a topic of information, just like men's health or health, period. But it seems that most of our health studies have always involved men and not women. And so this is an important time for women to speak out about whatever's going on, you know, with their lives. And you see it happening. So yay, women, keep going, you know?
Keep going. We're going to try to keep going. So let's do this. I have random things. Name me your rose and your thorn of the day.
Gosh, the rose has been, I really enjoyed my interview with those ladies at, it was
You
called,
can't talk about it, can you?
Oh, I can't talk about it. I can tell them the name of the podcast.
Sure, why not?
It's called How Do You Be 60? Is that how? Isn't it literally called How to Be 60?
Maybe.
Which
now
was
that you've said it, I'm like, oh.
That's the name of it, and they're funny. Oh my God! Can I just tell a minute? The girl named Kay and Karen. Look it up. It's everywhere. But it's called How to Be 60, and they were like, yeah, we welcome Liz Hilliard, and she's in her late 60s. And I was like, oops, I think I'm on the wrong show because I'm actually 70. So
You've passed them.
They were funny, and they're from Scotland. They're from the UK, and they're just funny. I mean, listen to their podcast anyway. It's just hilarious. I don't know when ours is coming out. So that was fun.
Good.
The other fun thing was right now. I like doing our podcast. I mean, we had a business call, and that was good. And then the thorn was all the stuff you and I just had to do.
Was it that hard for you?
Well, it wasn't a thorn, but it was like, you got to answer questions,
sure,
and run a business, and make sure everybody's not ready to kill each other, and or me particularly,
ready to kill me.
Yeah. So yeah, we just had the thorn. I don't think I hadn't had a thorn today.
Great.
I'll tell you what the thorn is. I have been so busy, I haven't worked out. Now that's a problem.
There you go.
I got up and kept moving on to the next thing. So.
That's active.
That is definitely active, but wow.
So what do you do in that case? I think people run into that often, where the day gets ahead of you, behind you, whichever way you want to cut it, and you've got to carve in a workout. What do you do?
Right. That's a good point.
How do you do it? I mean,
it's all kinds of ways. And I'm going to be able to do it because we're going to go on a walk after this. Did you know that? And you're exhausted.
No, I know.
You probably need a nap.
Don't worry about what I've
she
got to do.
She needs a nap, and I need a walk.
Don't worry about what my schedule is.
So give me your thorn and your rose.
No, we're not done with that conversation about to help people get it in.
Okay,
it might not be the scheduled workout. They might not get to the gym. I think a walk is a great option. What else do you, Liz Hilliard, do when you're short on time?
Oh, I do my push-ups.
To get it done.
I do my push-ups every day. I've already done my push-ups.
You have?
Oh, yeah. But you don't want to see me doing it. It's in my bathroom, naked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a visual, isn't it?
Drop down.
Yeah, no, it's always right before my shower. And then if I need to, okay, here's a real hack. If you need to look good, you do it right before you put on your makeup and your clothes and all that. I didn't do that today. I just did my push-ups. What I do is I do as many as I can. And I did that this morning.
Nice.
That's all I did, literally all I did. But no, the other thing you do is you can stream here. You can do the Zoom. If you sign up for class, you can be here in person, or you can have it for 24 hours. Honestly, when I'm out of the studio, personally, me, Liz, I don't do that because I'm here all the time. So I love to go for a good walk, which I was hoping we could do after this.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, unless we need to go drink heavily after some of the things we've been through today. Kidding. Or just, maybe literally go to
Do
a
you have
traditional
a
gym.
time frame that you recommend if you can't get your full workout in? What's the sweet spot of where you need to either elevate your heart rate or move your body? How many minutes would you say?
You need 20 minutes a day minimum. Your goal should be 30 to 40 minutes of really hard movement a day, challenging movement. If you're walking your dog, that's movement, yay. But you're not probably really walking really hard. So if you can really challenge yourself and maybe look a little silly on the pavement doing some lunges. I literally never do that. I just go for a walk and just go. But you want to do something that really
they
challenges.
don't have to do them on the sidewalk, but when you get home or before.
Yeah.
Before and after.
Exactly.
Hit around the push-ups,
I mean, in the hotel room, I do dips on the side of a bed or something.
Right.
Or really on the floor because I can. But if you can't, you can do it on the side of a bed, a bathtub.
Sofa.
Anything that keeps your muscles active. Even isometrics, like squeezing a tennis ball. Or, again, the reason I do push-ups is that's the easiest. It is hard to do, but it's the easiest, you can accomplish more muscles working at one time in one easy motion. I keep using the word easy. Push-ups are hard. It's efficient. It's efficient.
No equipment. Go.
No equipment.
Done.
You got it.
Well, that's great.
Yeah. What do you do?
What do you mean?
When you don't work out? I've seen you. You go in my Pilates room. And
Right. I'll go jump around for a little bit.
You do. You go in there and you sweat. I'm
I
impressed.
try to. It just makes me feel better. I'm not doing anything crazy or high impact, but I move enough to get that done. Whether or not I need to throw in a core ball or a glider usually helps.
Yeah.
Move kind of quickly, pick up a heavy weight for me.
It's funny when
see what happens.
When we travel, you go in the gym early or whatever, but sometimes I join you and you're doing actually the Hilliard Studio Method thing.
Pretty much.
I go in there and I pick up like the heaviest thing I can pick up, like, I don't know, 30, 35 pounds, and see if I can even do a curl with it. And then I go, no, I'll go to a 20. And then I'm just done in what, 8 minutes?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I'll go down and get started. And
You'll
we'll
get
wrap it up
going.
together.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
Well, to me, vacation is vacation. And I know when I need a break and not to move in that way. And I know when my body craves it.
Right.
And
so we all have needs. So again, listen to your body, and
depends on the vacation too. If you're doing a lot of walking, then I'm not going to go get on a treadmill or anything.
When you think about resistance training too, if you're walking, specifically when you're walking and shopping, seriously, you're picking up resistance and you're moving. You're moving, right?
Shopping.
I'm just saying,
what
when
kind
you're
of
picking up a bunch
are you
of
buying?
stuff. Yeah, you're picking up a bunch of stuff.
Using resistance.
You got
on a
boots
sweater.
in those bags. I mean, we were in Spain. I had like boots and I had like stuff, and I was like trying to cross the street without killing myself. And I had my heart rate up. I was moving fast. Plus, I had some resistance going on.
That's so
the
dramatic.
truth. It's what it is. So.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
It is. Yeah.
Okay, since my rose and thorn.
Yeah, what's your rose and thorn today?
Let's see. Rose was probably class. So today was a Monday 8:15 class, which is kind of a busy class. Not kind of. It's a busy class.
It is.
Well attended.
This is the wait list,
Got
girl.
my regulars. And last week in this studio, a lot of our clients were on spring break. So it's a little bit more quiet. And so I like the energy of having everybody back from vacay. So that was good. Fun class. And then my thorn, somebody made me cry. Maybe I made her cry.
Tell them about that.
I'm real cry right now. I'm very teary yesterday.
What do you think that
and
is?
today.
You think it's hormones?
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't really know where I am in all that. It feels like it.
Yeah, no, I respect it, by the way. You came in tears a minute ago, and I'm like, what happened?
I know. It hit me hard.
Yeah.
I just ran down the street to grab a snack between all these events and was speaking to somebody. And when I left, I kind of jogged out of the place right beside a car. And a woman was coming from behind.
Was she driving
car,
or walking?
Walking. She was walking behind the car, I guess, to come to the driver's seat. And I startled her because we didn't run into each other at all. But she really startled.
She unloaded on
she
you.
Screamed. She dropped a bomb. She was like, "What are you doing?" Like, I immediately was just like, "I'm so sorry," and went to my car and cried immediately. It was so kind of intense, but I feel like I'm.
So that energy
elevated.
Really, that's sad.
It seeped right in.
But we all know.
It's like I didn't do anything wrong. She didn't necessarily do anything wrong. It's just the reaction was very strong, and it really went right
Caught
to
you off
my
guard.
solar plexus.
Yeah, caught you off guard.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
like
real open right now, fragile, sensitive. I'm not grounded. I don't have my armor up. I'm spiraling a little bit. Sounds kind of psycho, but
no, it sounds pretty like normal life.
I know,
and I think people appreciate hearing that.
Right.
So yeah, sort of. I mean, yeah. Tell more. Give me more on that.
Well, I mean, I'd just say the other thing is I always have that transition of the week where I leave my kids and come to you, and vice versa at the end of this week, and it's fine. I mean, it's a natural state of life, and I'm comfortable with that routine, but it doesn't ever mean it's easier. I mean, some days it's no big deal, and other days, I guess when I'm feeling like this, it feels weird. That's the only way to explain it. I mean, I can't really put words on it. There's nothing to change.
Yeah.
It just is, and I feel like that's one of the feelings I just have to go through, and it doesn't last forever.
I understand.
If at all. And
you can't out talk your feelings. Feelings are feelings, and you can't out right brain them. They just come, and they just come, and you go, "Hey, Liz, come on," or "Hey, whatever's going on." That matter has been settled, but there's something not settled apparently when it's just deep down in your heart, and you're like, "Oh, why do I have to cry right now? I don't want to." That makes me confused. I mean,
sure,
I have to say cry and let it be and see where it goes.
Right. I mean, you definitely don't want to suppress your feelings because they're gonna come back and get you.
Yeah.
Nothing too. crazy. I do know also we're consuming a lot of heavy information. And news on our phones.
Ooh, that's
TV.
heavy consumption.
We're choosing a documentary that was very heavy and
I probably
scary.
shouldn't have done that.
Well, I mean, it's a balance, and
there was no balance
last
night.
You've got to be aware of what's happening and also not overdo it to a point of living in such a cortisol state that...
Okay, so let's tell them what we're talking about. So last night, you were already in a sort of you were in a sensitive position. You already were feeling sad. You had some sadness going on. And this is that night of transition.
And that's not the main thing. I want to be very clear.
Yeah.
Because I've talked about this before. Yeah. That is just a thing. I did not lose my mind because I was transitioning with the kids. I don't want that to become a thing.
Okay.
It's just a feeling that's there, and there were a couple other things that happened. And
anyway. And so what I did, which was not the smartest thing to do, I said, hey, there is this great documentary on Netflix. By the way, you have to watch it. And you really do.
As you know, that went well.
But it's made her spiral. But, watch it when you are ready and watch it in small doses because it's the truth and it's scary. And it's either called The Cold War or I can't remember the name of it.
I don't know.
But it's number 8 out of the one. They have to do the 1 through 10 on Netflix, and it's a documentary, and it's pretty much a documentary on everything from World War II up until this point, and how we're not just repeating history; we're actually just sort of riding on the wave of the same thing. So it's very awakening, and you got to be taking that in small doses. And probably last night was not the time to watch it with you.
Right, and you never know. Mm-hmm. You can't know my feelings or feeling like.
Well,
this,
actually, I did know your feelings, and I did it anyway.
That was anyway.
Yeah, I did. I'm going to be honest. I did know your feelings.
Let's be real, because you would watch the whole thing.
Yeah,
you wanted me to watch it.
I did,
and
I did. I admit that, and I'm sorry I did that.
Did you mean to?
No, I just wanted you to see it really badly. I just really wanted you to see it because it's so important. Mm-hmm. And I see. The difference in us is I look at things hard and zero and laser in on them until I grok the whole thing, and then I walk away with it and I figure out what to do with the information. And you were already vulnerable, and you're very more open-hearted as in open. I will allow something to really penetrate and hurt me, and that's probably what happened.
We're different in the way we handle things, and so you want me to be all in with you, and there's only so much of certain things that I can take. Honestly, from news to work to emails to everything. And that's where we can be different in a way. And I need to know my, strengths and weaknesses and boundaries there so that I don't enter into this spiral. I mean, I would say I'm having a high cortisol level right now of stress. And what's happening? I'm not sleeping well. I don't feel fit and in shape. I feel teary, and those are real things, and you've got to deal with it and adjust accordingly.
How are you doing that?
I haven't yet. Absolutely have not done it. Well, I just keep going.
But you're at least honoring that it's happening.
Sure.
And so that's the first step, right? And
Always.
then I'm listening. Having somebody that will listen and not make you watch hard documentaries is helpful. So,
well, I mean, I am into it in a way right now. I want to know. I know what's at stake this year. We've talked about it ad nauseum, but I don't think there is an ad nauseum at this point. I'm interested in knowing what's happening in our world and what we're up against. How do we handle this balance? How do we stay informed and also not have to get to a point where I feel like I can't do anything about it. So
as you walk away, you got to walk away from it.
I know, but in the long term, we've all got to be able to fight for our...
Yeah, but walk away from it in small doses, not walk away from it and pretend it's not there and put your head in the sand.
Sure.
But if you have somebody with you, like a partner or like me, go, I just reached my limit. Just voice it and then let it be. Just walk away from it. I mean, what I would say to a lot of people, not you don't need more exercise. It's exercise. Move your body. That helps to relieve the anxiety that we sometimes build up with all the external forces that are coming at us all the time. I mean, even if we don't have the news feeds on our phone or whatever, it's all coming at us all the time. And people, are having a hard time in so many ways.
Sure. Regardless of whether or not that information is coming, the type of information that's coming, there's a lot of information at our fingertips.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's doesn't even have to be political or otherwise.
Yeah.
It's just always information. And I saw something about when you constantly have information at your fingertips, you're almost always in fight or flight.
Absolutely.
But,
and then
I think that's really where I am.
And then the worst thing you could do is numb it out. Mm-hmm. And that's what we've done. Mm-hmm. I'm going to respect you on this having a hard day thing, because it's a whole hell of a lot better than going numb and going, it just doesn't matter. And that's what I think is going on in our society, is we're just numb to other people's personal pain, personal struggles. We're like, I got mine, you get yours. Get out of my way. I'm not going to look at you suffering over there. And so you don't do that. That's in this environment. That's very hard. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I say take care of yourself, and hopefully I'll be better at not making you watch some kind of shit on TV at night.
We'll see.
We'll watch
Stay
comedy.
tuned.
We'll watch comedy.
And it was interesting because I was coming off of an event with my daughter who had raised money and been a part of a
Y'all look so good the other night.
Thank you.
That was a good picture.
Thanks. It was a Student Visionaries of the Year event for Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. And she went with her group, and that was fun.
And she chose you as her date.
Right. I was happy to be her date and support her. And thank you.
How many 15-year-olds choose their
everybody.
mom? I like that about you and Anna.
Thank you.
I think that's pretty cool. She really, and I think she's proud of you too. I know that. I think that's great. That is your rose. I mean, that's kind of like, that is such a win, even if nothing else happens. And that's, again, sort of looking at our lives and being grateful even when we feel like shit.
Exactly.
And that's the hardest time to do it, because we really do want to wallow. I love to wallow. I wallowed a little bit this weekend too. And wallowing can be just so much fun, because you're just like, yeah, well, it's poor me. It's all everyone else's fault. It's not mine. And, wallowing, let it be for a little bit, but then turn around and go, is it really that bad? You've actually got a roof over your head. You've got a refrigerator with food in it. You've got friends. You've got people that care about you, whether you know it or not. That helps. The gratitude part of life,
for sure,
helps me, because I totally, we all love that. We all love to wallow. We're all guilty of it.
But seeing all those young children also felt hopeful.
Yes.
To see the next generation working really hard for the greater good.
So we got to just give that next generation a leg up. We got to be here to
give them a world in the first
place. Yeah, we got to
place.
give them a world. They're almost there. That's what I keep saying. People like Anna's age are almost to the voting point. If we can get those 18-year-olds just, quicker into the voting
Well, my
booth.
son is.
Yeah.
He'll be 18 this summer.
That's right. Thank God. So I love it. Let's get those, enlightened people.
I'm so uncomfortable.
Okay, are you
This
uncomfortable?
chair.
So we're sitting on
Like this, anyway.
Yeah, we're sitting on pink pillows. At least you're not on a perch like I was a while ago.
There's a tabletop. I
Yeah,
can't move my
I know.
legs forward. And I have short legs, so they won't hit the floor.
Wait a minute, you can't touch the floor?
No, I am. It's just an uncomfortable situation.
Sorry. Okay.
Oh, my God.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you.
I'm sure.
I had to take my shoes off. I'm okay. Anyway, yes. Go.
Cool.
Go new generation. What's going on this week? I mean, we got lots of things coming up, right?
Well, we can talk about the gala again. So just a reminder that in April, we are now in March, but who knows when you'll listen to this. April 19th is the Beckler Gala, Fire and Ice. So we are doing some fun things in the studio, a little Fire and Ice dress up
This Saturday.
day.
This Friday.
This Friday, yeah.
Right. The day after you listen to this, if you hear it the day it comes out, the next day, wear your Fire and Ice outfit.
Just red
Sounds
and
sort of like an
blue,
ice
orange
skating
and
event,
blue.
doesn't it?
Yes. If you haven't seen the exhibit yet, going back to the Beckler,
Yeah.
it's out.
No, it
You
is
can just
good.
go visit the
It is.
museum anytime.
Oh my God. On that podcast a minute ago, I was so embarrassed that I said this.
What'd you say?
Oh my God. They have this roll the bingo dice at the end of their podcast. This is again the How to Be 60 podcast. And they asked, if you couldn't be you, who would you be?
Was that the question?
The first question was, what was the best year of your life?
Right.
And I said, right now. This is the best year of my life. for lots of reasons, because they're all good. I mean, even the bad ones are good, but right now I'm living the great life. This is a great life. It's great year. But the second question was, if you could be anyone else but you, who you would be? And my brain immediately went insane into, I would be a Viking with a sword and a dragon. But I wasn't going to say it. I wasn't going to say it. So then I started trying to come up with really cool ideas, like, what should I say? Like, oh, I should say, who would I be? I'll be Maya Angelou. Yeah, she's cool because she is my icon. But I came out and I went, I'd be a Viking with a sword and a dragon.
Wow.
What? Well, I suppose with Scottish women, they accept that in some way. They didn't flinch much.
So I heard.
I was so embarrassed.
The remnants of that, and I thought the question was, who would you be in a past life, not who's another person.
No.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
I know. Huh. It was I think I did really well. I thought the interview went well until I got to the final question. I was like, oh, but I had to throw the dragon in there too. Y'all know that's my logo right over there. Oh, you can't see it. But anyway.
Wow.
How embarrassing. Anyway.
It's okay.
It's fine. It's who I am. Own it.
Yeah.
I own that. Plus, in the New York Times yesterday, I was reading where a guy had been digging something up in Britain. And it was in southern England, and he had found a Viking sword from I think it was 620-something A.D. Okay, well, the Vikings didn't really go down south a lot back in those days. So this was a huge find. And he immediately turned it over to the museum. But I was on my phone, making the screen as big as I can. I wanted to see, and all you could see was it was crusted over and stuff like that. But I can't explain why I'm so enamored with that.
Okay.
With swords and things like that. But I am.
Maybe because you were.
Maybe because that's what I want to be.
In your past life. So that's who you wanted to be.
That's right.
Hey,
new world.
I mean, I'm cool with that. That's good.
Who would you be if you weren't you?
I'd want more artisticness in my body. I'm real into the comedians. Maybe that's because I'm so cortisol high that I need the balance of comedians these days in my life.
You've
I
always
think I
liked
would
comedians.
like to be good at that.
I think you could.
I mean, some performance dancey element of it. I wish
oh my
I
God,
could really
you could be a
dance
comedian
and
that
sing
could
and
dance.
Comedian, yeah.
You could be like Lucille Ball or Carol Burnett.
Those were not the two that popped into my head.
No, but they danced, they sung, and they were comedians.
Okay. Well, maybe one.
And Lucille Ball was sexy back in the day when she was younger, like you. You're just like Lucille Ball.
Oh my gosh. Okay, you heard it.
Who
here
else?
First. No, I don't know.
That's interesting. So you want to be a dancing, singing comedian. I don't think that's any weirder than being a Viking with a sword and a dragon. Okay? Except that one is doable and one is not.
I mean, and I really don't think I can say Lucille Ball as your example, a specific person, because everybody has had some trauma, stress in their lives. So I don't.
Nobody gets out of here without that.
That I would ever really say I want to trade places or be someone else, because you don't know what's behind.
Any comedian is
tortured,
completely tortured soul. All comedians have tortured souls. That's why they're comedians. They got to figure out a way to live. I mean, think about Robin Williams and all those people. I mean, come on. Anyway.
Well, I mean, that might be over dramatizing it. I think there is an element of that.
Heather, what's her name? You love her.
Yeah, McMahon.
Are we going to tell him about the reel you sent her?
I know. I made a birthday reel for her and sent it. I don't think she got it. I basically just screenshot all the pictures of her on her Instagram and turned it into a reel with a happy birthday song. And I sent it to her, and that is really stalker psycho, which I'm not.
You're a fangirl. You've just got to own it. You're a fangirl of Heather. What's her name?
McMahon.
McMahon. I like her too. I just,
Right.
I'm not a fangirl. And then when you showed me the reel, I'm like, oh my God.
If she sees
Please don't let her know you know me. I mean, I'm like, she's it was good though.
It's not like I've collected, her hair clippings and toenails and sent it to her in a box. I just screenshot all her nice photos of her family and her husband and her dog.
You really
and
like her. I get it.
And sent it.
When we went to Italy, you're like, Heather McMahon was here. I'm like, who?
I think when there is someone in our orbit, specifically these days, who, for example, is celebrity or even famous, because I'll give more examples, who I listen to on a weekly basis because they put a podcast out
Yeah.
on a weekly basis, you feel like you're friends when they're talking on stories. You feel
Right,
like you're
you
friends.
do.
And I know we're not friends. Like, I'm not romanticizing this. I am just saying it brings it to a connectedness level.
She's quite
like
good.
the boys on Smart List. I think if we met,
I
they'd
love those
love
guys
me and
too.
I'd love them back. But like, that's not going to happen.
Like, don't you think you'd be like y'all would all be buddies?
I know we would.
Yeah.
So that's all it is.
Yeah, well, that's called they're really good at what they do too.
I know.
And they're just being real too.
And also, let's say she got it, and
And maybe she just doesn't know what to say because she's like, oh
no. What if she, God, figured out who you were and started doing the workout? That would be a blow up.
Oh, that'd be great.
That's what I'm trying to
Okay, Heather
weasel in
McMahon,
as well.
if you got this weird ass reel for your birthday from Lee
You're
Kennelly.
welcome.
By the way, she's like
It's
the
not
best.
weird.
She's a really good teacher, and we could get you in here for free. You don't even have to come here, but we would fly you in if you wanted to. But if you didn't, we'd give you all the stuff for free that you could just like do in your hotel rooms and maybe reel it behind you while you do your stand up with 80,000 people listening to you. That would be something we could do for you.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And then Lee could come and bring it and talk to you and bring you things and be your friend. And I would just be happy.
I'm glad it works for you.
Works for me. Works for me.
Good.
Keep making those reels. I like it.
Mm-hmm. So maybe that's what I would do if I were not me. I would want more talent.
What do you want more from me?
Nothing.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you want from me?
I just want you to be happy.
I know, me too. I'm tired.
Yeah. Tired
Let's
of being
go.
tired.
Let's
tired.
go on a walk.
She's tired of being tired. Well, that's because you've been physically active today, and I've been mentally active today. So we put ourselves together with the perfect person.
There we go. I like that partnership.
Yeah. So that was the other thing they were asking me. Why do y'all work so well? I said, easy. Both girls, both. Oh my God, we talked about sex too. That was. Whew.
Oh God.
Anyway, it's going to be interesting.
You got carried away.
They probably will cut some of that. Hopefully,
I hope so.
Yeah. I didn't go into details.
No. It was fine.
But I was like, hey,
just a
y'all,
lot.
you need to do. Yeah. It was a
You're
lot.
a little bit on the drama side today.
What do you mean the drama side? I am expressive, and you always say that seems so dramatic. I'm like,
Did we also make a good person there?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, you're very practical, and I'm very impractical.
No.
I'm not. I'm super practical. My feet are super on the ground.
No, okay. Impractical's fine.
No,
That's fair.
I am practical. My feet are hard on the ground.
No.
But my head can go way
There we go.
into the clouds.
There we go. That's fair.
But I always know where my feet are, too. Yeah.
It's good to know.
Yeah, but you. You've got on all of these necklaces that I'm really liking.
I know. It's a thing now.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Do we want to share anything else?
Let's see. Come to the studio. That's where we are. Stream us if you can't. It is almost spring. I'm so happy. It's going to be nice and warm, and you're going to be out there running around in your bikinis. I don't know why I'm saying this, because those two older ladies that were funny, that are younger than me, said, we just want to be able to show our ribs. I'm like, no, you want to be able to show your abs.
Your ribs.
They're like, if we pull up our shirt and you can't see our ribs, is that bad? And I'm like, no.
No, that's not the goal.
We don't want
to see your bones.
We don't want to see your ribs. Oh, and speaking of, another thing I saw today on Instagram from the doctor that I put on my story was she was going strong into everybody that's trying to watch their BMI, watch their calorie count, watch all these things. That is no longer the whatever it's called, the scale for good health. Good health is muscle strength, is body muscle strength, and that's longevity. And that's why Hello Magazine says that I look like I'm 30. Sorry. I didn't say that.
You didn't.
But they did.
Oh, got it.
Which I was like,
No, that's a very good point.
Yeah.
That we need to watch how we
Quit trying to be skinny. Y'all, it's not going to serve you. It's not going to serve you. You might love getting to those small sizes right now and being skinny and drinking water and eating nothing all day, but your body will not thank you. Not when you're at my age. My age, game over. But even when you're 50, 60, going through menopause, it's not a good look. because unhealthy and sickness is not a good look. Just saying.
I think that's a great place to land. Let's
be
strong.
I do too. Let's land it. All right. Be powerful, right? Behind us. Bam.
There it is.
Yeah. All right. Are
See
you
you
ready to
next
go?
time.
Are you
I'm
ready
ready
for
to
your
go.
break?
Yeah. My eyes are closing.
Let's
go for a walk. I love you. Bye.
Bye, y'all. Thanks for listening to us today, wherever you get your podcasts. And remember, you can now find our podcast on YouTube.
Yeah. If you liked it, please share, rate, and review. We love 5 stars. And we hope you'll work out with us online or in studio at HilliardStudioMethod.com.